Hello, everyone. It's Maya. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I haven't done a sit down video in a very long time. So, here we are. It's taken me a long time to get here, but hey, I was about to say it's a new year. That's a lie. It's 2026, and we're halfway through it. We're like, what are we? 6 months into it? Into 2026? Yeah. I'm real late, but that's okay. But today, we're going to be doing 24 things that I've learned at 24 because I'm currently 25 and the year's not over yet. So my year's not over. So here's some things. I got my trusty iPad right here with a whole list of things. It's a lot. hmm Hopefully, I'm able to articulate what I actually mean because I have to remember everything that I just wrote down, but usually I could get the gist of it. And let's get into it. So, number one, first thing I learned at 24. Not everyone has to be, okay, already starting off wrong. Not everyone has your best interests at heart. Ooh, I had to learn that the hard way. Not everyone is for you, okay? There are a lot of people that you think are your friends and they turn out not to be, and you end up realizing that they were against you the whole time, or they were speaking ill of you when you weren't there. So, I've dealt with that in the past. Very shocking. Okay. My thing is, I'm not saying don't go out and make friends or anything, and don't like, personally, me, I'm not going to wear my heart on my sleeve. If you understand that phrase, I'm not going to put it all out there, right off the bat, especially if I don't know you like that. I've learned in certain situations, in professional situations, and in in casual situations. I'm not going to lay it all out there because I'm trying to work the room. I'm trying to see, engage everyone's vibe and figure out what they're on. Because you can't trust everybody. Don't trust everybody. I'm telling you right now, you get played, or you'll get scammed. It's crazy. So just look out for that. I don't say like I would say proceed with caution. I always do because people will show you a fake version of themselves when you first meet them. So you better I can't take myself seriously. But I'm dead. I'm serious. I'm serious. Watch your back. I'm telling you. Number two, never be too trusting, especially as a female. Woo! Okay, this goes along with that. Never be too trusting. Ooh, okay, I was about to say, now I want to make a part two to this, but never be too trusting, especially in this day and age. Okay, I wrote this up before, like, uh, people gonna think I'm a man hater, but especially for men, okay? As a woman, be careful, okay? Don't be too trusting, even if it's a man, even if it's female, anything. Don't lay it all out there. Don't put yourself in certain situations. It's also hard too when you don't see or think that something bad is going to happen. Or I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling, but the first thing that comes to mind, because this happens a lot. Don't be too trusting of people, especially of the opposite sex. They will get you, especially in 2026. They will bust you in the face after you reject them. Watch out, because I'm always like, I'm not a very nice person, okay? Like, I am until provoked, but with men, guard is immediately up, okay? Because you never know what they're gonna do, especially these men today. They are scary, okay? Scary. Keep a weapon on you. First of all, keep a weapon on you. Two, keep your distance if you can, because they will run up on you. And three, try to just keep. I don't even want to say. I would say keep calm, because I've thought about blowing up on many people, and that's male and female. And then I'm like, you can't be doing that these days. They literally will murder you in the streets. They will do it in broad daylight. They don't care. People today have no shame, so you better look out. Ooh, I'm always trying to make sure this mic is still on. You be careful, I'm telling you. Don't be too trusting of anyone, even females, because they will do some underhanded stuff that you don't see coming. And because you're so trusting and be like, oh, she's a girl's girl, she's blah, blah, blah. They be lying. They be lying. Watch your back. I'm telling you. That was kind of like, that kind of like went into the first question, but that's fine. Number three, you don't have to be friends with everyone. Ooh, I've been saying this. I've been saying this. You don't have to be friends with everyone. Please. My main thing, I can't stand people, okay? Like I love interacting with people in a social space and like with my close friends, like in certain situations. But strangers, I hate speaking to strangers. It makes me uncomfortable. It gives me slight anxiety. I don't like it. And I had this problem a lot in college. Our college kept wanting to create this false sense of community when it was far from that. And they were trying to reiterate over and over that you need to be involved in every single person's lives in the department, and everyone needs to be friendly, everyone needs to have like a certain attitude towards people. Me personally, once someone burns me once and they're disrespectful and they try to say or do something to me, you're done. You're dead in my book. You're in my book now, written your name. And I don't forget. I don't forget. I wonder, is that on here? Now I have to look. I probably should have re-looked at this, but this goes into it. I don't. This is my motto. I've always said, I don't forgive and I don't forget. I don't. Okay. I don't need your forgiveness. I don't care. You've already burned me, so we're done. I don't care about your apologies. I don't care if you're trying to be like I just can't get with that. One thing I'm gonna be an adult and I'm gonna be cordial in the space. But that don't mean I'm gonna come and be buddy buddy with you every single day trying to make conversation. I hate people that do that. And I've had a lot of problems with people like that. And they act like, oh, they just didn't screw me over yesterday. Like, we are not friends. We are not friends, and I don't have to speak to you, and we do not have to be friends. So you do not have to be friends with everyone. You should be polite to everyone or somewhat pleasant, but you don't have to be friends with everybody, especially if they've wronged you in any way, and continuously do it, and you still give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't do that. That's my number one rule. I don't give the benefit of the doubt. Because if you did it once, you can do it again and you can do it again. Mm-mm. I don't think I've done a sit down video in like ever. I don't know. Number four, keep a tight knit circle of people around you. Yes. Some people don't like this. Well, some people, meaning my mom, she's always like, oh, stop. You're always in a clique. You're always in a clique. I'm not in a clique. It's just people that I'm more comfortable around and I gravitate towards more. And then we end up forming our own group because we're all like-minded together, you know? But it's good to have a couple people in your corner. It's good. It's like it's not bad if you have like a whole plethora of friends and things. That's great too. But there's always going to be a couple people that you're a little more closer with, that you feel more comfortable with, that you can tell them certain things about your life. They won't judge you, or they will judge you, but you want to hear their opinion. You need people like that in your corner, whoever it is. You need those people in your corner. Because I know for sure I wouldn't have survived. I wouldn't have survived high school without a close knit circle. I wouldn't have survived college either. I wouldn't have survived my last contract without my close knit circle of people. So that's definitely needed. Number five, you have to let go of toxic habits. Ooh, you have to let go of toxic habits, especially now that I'm 25. I don't know where that came from. Don't know where it came from. I don't know when we got so old. But you have to let that go, okay? You can't bring that old baggage and old way of thinking into your 20s. Cuz your 20s, everyone else, your 20s is how you find yourself, you learn, you explore new things, like you really come into yourself and you like develop. And hopefully, if you've developed, you should have developed your personality by now. But if you haven't, this is your time to find yourself. You have to let go of that toxic stuff. Stuff that you were doing in high school, you should still not be doing. And there's a lot of people in my past that were my peers acting the same way they were in high school. And I'm like, we've gone through college, everything. We're adults now. And you still haven't grown as a person. That's concerning and that's a red flag. You need to grow. You need to let go of that petty stuff. Okay? Let go of the toxic stuff. It's going to travel into your relationships too. And that's relationships meaning friends, romantic partners, anything, family. Cut it out. Time to grow up. Number 6, create experiences for yourself. Yes. Okay. I've learned this. This is so exciting. I've learned that you have to create experiences for yourself. Okay. I used to be one of those people that didn't like to go anywhere by themselves. Okay. Because one, it's scary out here. It's scary, especially for a female. It's scary. Okay. Especially, I'm from Texas. Okay. Texas. Texas is a place not very safe sometimes in certain areas. But that's a topic for another day. But I used to be terrified of doing things by myself. In the past 2 years, I finally like gained the courage to get up and be like, I'm gonna go out and do one thing by myself. It was a big step for me to get out and start going to restaurants by myself. I've done it a few times and I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. I especially today everyone has a phone. You won't be alone if you have your phone. Okay? And if you're really that alone, call somebody on the phone. You can chat with them while you eat. It's not that big of a deal. It's actually really nice and really chill. Like, I love it. I enjoy my company. That's what you have to do when you're getting older. If you can't enjoy your own company, then you should not be with other people. You should not be in a relationship. You should not be always constantly with your friends. If you can't be by yourself, that's a red flag as well. But experiences that I create for myself, I try to go out, I try to find fun things to do, even if it's like, oh, I want to go take this different dance class that I've never tried before and I don't know anything about it, but hey, we're finna go and do it. Or, oh, I like to go to the museum. I take myself to the museum, walk around by myself. It's like a solo date. It's a solo date and it's nice. And like now I like to go and I like walk in the park. I do my workout there. I do that by myself. I like it. It's so nice. And it's nice when you treat yourself. Number 7, learn when to cut out toxic people from your life. Learn when to cut off toxic people from your life. I've had to learn this the hard way too. I learned this in college. It is hard. It really sucks. It really, really sucks. But after a while, when you have time to sit with your own thoughts and realize all of the negativity that a singular person is bringing onto you, and then you finally realize I have to let them go. You have to let them go because after a while it takes over your entire life. It changes your personality. It sucks. And it feels like just a negative cloud over your head constantly. And it feels like you can never do anything right. Y'all are always arguing. It's just terrible. It's a terrible feeling to have. And it's like, what is the point? What are we hanging on to if you hate me so much? What are we hanging on to? Let's just let it go. And you have to be the bigger person and be like, I'm done. And that's fine. And in the moment it sucks and it's like, but it feels like a major weight off your shoulders. So it just has to be done. Number 8, even if you don't have a plan for your life, write out what? Oh, even if you don't have a plan for your life, write out ideas to keep you motivated. I've learned how to do this, okay? I'm not a big journal person, okay? I'm not really big on journals, but I've recently gotten into it from a friend. Oh my gosh, I just kicked the tripod. I recently got into this from a friend, and I actually really like it. It's kind of like mind mapping and like low key manifesting and life mapping. I really like it. Even if you don't want something concrete, get your journal. Get your journal, write whatever you want on the page. It can be anything. It can be whatever's in your mind right then and there. And be like, these are my goals. This is what I want to accomplish. Or this is something I'm interested in. Or this is where I want my life to be. And then eventually you can go back and start filling them in of how do I start? How do I start this? And then you can go in and pencil things in and be like, okay, here's a goal sheet. I need to start here and then do this and then do this. And then if you don't know where to start to, research. Always research. Literally, when I did my whole rebrand, what was that, 3 years ago? Or 2.5 years ago? It may have been three, when I did a full rebrand and I rebranded myself into Maya Ann and changed everything. And then I started my side business and it was a whole thing. All I did was make a plan. I said, okay, new I want new headshots. I want to rebrand my content because I fell off from content really bad. It was a whole thing. I was just so burnt out. It was just too many videos back to back to back. Rebranded, came up with a new name. I said, okay, here's my name. What now? Okay, fun content. I researched all over TikTok, all over Pinterest, YouTube, all of it, just to find a different approach. Sometimes you just need a different approach to make your goals. And then you can find if you want to go for a different aesthetic, or if you're, whatever your niche is, to be honest, find your niche, is what I'm saying. Find your niche, do your research. Don't copy other creators exactly, but try to find your own pathway through that. Try to find inspiration in what other people do, and no, not plagiarism, okay? 'Cause there's a lot of that going on right now, and people are getting called out because they're plagiarizing word for word, but that's different. Try not to do that, okay? Because you will be exposed these days. They will expose you, and then your accounts will be banned, okay? Because that's the theme right now in 2026. You will get caught. People will pull up the receipts fast. Number 9, stop being nice to everyone. Stop being nice to everyone. This kind of goes back to the first two questions. You can't be nice to everyone these days, okay? You can't, okay? It's nice, it's good to be polite, but you can't be overly nice because then, especially the men, they always think that you want something. I hate that. I hate that it's turned to that these days. As soon as you give them an inkling of a smidgen of some attention, then they think you want them. Never been the case. Never. And then they'll try to flip it on you, get aggressive, and be like, they could feel rejected, the whole thing. Unless you were actually trying to get with them, that's different. But 9 times out of 10, you're not even looking at them. You're just trying to be nice. And it's like, wow. So they hate me if I'm nice and they hate me if I'm rude. So you really can't win. You really have to gauge that yourself in the situation, because you never know which way it's going to go. And it's not only men, but the majority of the time it's men. Okay? I try to always be nice to women unless they're rude right off the bat, then that's different. Okay? Then you can take it there. But with men, no. No. Number 10, don't give up on a dream when one minor issue happens. Oh, don't give up on your dreams if one minor inconvenience happens. I've seen this time and time again. Time and time again. Especially, I'm going to use my situation. It's not a situation, but my career. I'm a professional dancer, okay? Went to school for it and everything. I have peers that have gone, attempted auditions and things to try to get jobs and things a couple of times, like a handful of times. They didn't get them, and then they quit, and they've never danced again. You barely tried, especially in my field, okay? It's not easy. You're gonna get a whole bunch of no's. That's what everybody hears. You're gonna get a whole bunch of no's before you get a yes. It sucks, but I don't think you should give up. Why would you give up? I thought it was your dream. But As soon as they're like, "Oh, well, can't get this and I need money, so I'm just going to quit." No, keep going. If that's what you want to do in your life and you were so dedicated to it and now you're disappointed and so you just decided to give up, what is the point of that? I don't I've never been about that, okay? But that's going to be it for a different video because I'm going to make a video about that on my dance channel, Maya and Dance. If y'all are a fellow dancer or just a lover of dancing and you want to be on that channel, that's for a separate video cuz I really want to dissect that. But for my main channel here, if that's what you want to do and you're facing rejection, keep going. Keep going. It's okay if you need to get a side job or something to like supplement in like that's okay. That's okay. But if it's what you want to do, don't let anyone or anything discourage you from doing what you want to do, especially if it's something you love. Come on. 11. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and don't be afraid of being judged. Ugh, I struggled with this a lot. A lot in college. Well, in high school too, but mainly in college. I'm going to use content creation for example. I wanted to be a content creator for a very, very long time. If you're in my generation, I don't like to claim Gen Z, but technically I am, but really I'm a zillennial because we were really raised like we were 90s kids, but we were born in 2001. I was afraid to start my content creation in college. I was like, ugh. It was like I made all the plans, wrote down all the steps, wrote down all the video ideas, and never filmed anything because I was terrified of posting and people making fun of me because I used to do stuff in high school and then people would try to make fun of me for it. And I was like, you're just mad because you're not doing it or someone's doing something different. So when I got to college, I was like, ugh, I don't know. My whole freshman year, I wasn't like really into the content creation thing. I was trying to dip my toe in it by like posting old videos and things, but it really wasn't giving. It wasn't exactly what I wanted to be doing. So I was really happy when I got to my sophomore year of college and I got my own apartment and I was like, well, I have nothing but space and opportunity to do it. I have an empty living room. I don't have any furniture. I can do the content. I was like, I have a tripod. I have a camera. There's nothing holding you back. I have an iPhone. There's nothing holding you back. So I went for it and I started posting and I started posting really good quality content as well. And people started noticing and people were like, oh, okay, yeah, I've seen your pictures and blah, blah. Oh, yeah, I've seen your outfits on there. And then I post consistently. And then after a while, it was just normal. And people were like, oh, she's taking pictures again for her Instagram. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I am. Why are you upset about that? Why did you feel the need to say something? You're just mad you're not doing it. Now you want to hate. Do it. If it's something you want to do it and go for it. You have to stop being afraid. I did. And now my accounts are finally growing. I'm doing what I love to do. That's not weird. Change my filming light and now it feels very bright, but number 12. You can remove yourself from situations and or people you are not wanted. What? Okay. You can remove yourself from situations and or people you are not wanted in or by. I've had to do that a few times. I think this all comes back to like your gut feeling and being very observant and really opening up your ears. If you feel something's off in a group or a situation or wherever you are, if you feel like something's wrong or the people around you have a certain energy that you that just does not align with you, get out. Get out. I've had to remove myself from many situations because I'm just like, the vibes don't feel right. This feels negative, or it feels like it's about to turn negative, or it just feels like someone's not saying something, or they're not being as truthful as they usually are. You have to remove yourself. I've done it. Sometimes you just need to just pay attention to your surroundings, really, and gauge what's really happening in the space. And if it feels that weird, just speak up and be like, hey, what's going on? That's the quickest way to dead stuff. I've learned that. Just speak up and be like, hey, what's the problem? Because we're too old to beat around the bush. Other than that, if it's something even more serious and you have a feeling, get out. Get out of there. The safest thing you can do is leave. It might just save your life. Number 13, start noticing the signs around you. What's positive and what's negative energy in your life. So that kind of goes off of what I was just saying, too. You have to start noticing the signs, especially if it's something repetitive. I've had problems with that too in the past. If it's something that is continuously happening and you keep putting it off, you keep covering it up, you keep going, oh no, it's not that. Or you're not even paying attention to it and you're just like, you're downplaying it and you're like, that was weird. And then you keep moving on and still having those people or that person around you, but you're noticing that it's happening over and over and over again, then it's like, oh, there's a problem here. And it's with them or it's with you because you're allowing it to continue to happen. And I know sometimes it's hard because it's like sometimes it goes right over the head, right over the head, or you just brush it off. You brush it off. You're like, that was rude. Okay. But always note things down. I always take stuff as notes. If I don't react in the moment, oh, I'm noting it. And I'm keeping a file and I'm adding to the file. I'm adding to the file. So then when I need to whip that file out and blow up on you, oh, that's when I'm done. Okay? You can't blow up right off the bat because then you're doing too much. No. You need to learn how to be observant. Sit back, observe things, figure out what's going on, and then strike. Okay? That's what I've had to do. Then you can it gives you the upper hand and then you can lay it all out there. Lay it all out there. Spill the tea. And then they're shocked. They have no leg to stand on. I've done it. Keep your receipts. That's all I have to say. Keep your receipts. 14. It's okay to be rude with reason. Look at me. How did I write this down? It's okay to be rude with reason. I said don't just be a bee without logic. Cause don't. 'Cause people like that are just rude and negative all the time for no reason. People don't want to be around that. I know I don't. I've had to get rid of a couple people because of that. It's like, dang, don't you have anything nice to say ever? Don't you love life? Like, why? Why are you intent on bringing everyone else down with you? Do you never have a good day? Are you never satisfied? I hate people like that. But yeah, be rude with reason. I am all the time, and sometimes without reason, because sometimes people don't deserve reason. But that's different, okay? It's different. Be rude with reason, okay? If someone disrespects you, they're gonna get disrespected back, to be honest, from me. You will, because we're all adults here. We're all adults here. And you're not gonna speak to me any type of way. Because let's throw it back to the old school when we were growing up. You treat people how you would like to be treated. That's the baseline. Respect. If we don't have respect, we don't have anything. Oh my gosh, I just clicked something on my iPad. If we don't have respect, we don't have anything. And that's a major problem, even no matter at what age. No matter at what age. It's still an ongoing issue, but I mean, it's just depending on how people were raised and if that frontal lobe is actually frontal lobe and some people just are not considerate people and those are people I don't want in my life and that's why they've been cut out. So be rude with reason. If someone's being disrespectful, then they should receive that energy back because I'm not going to sit down and take it. And you're definitely not going to disrespect me. That's crazy. 15. I've never been a people pleaser, even as a teen. Woo, I've never been it. I've never been it. I can't be I'm not a people pleaser. I can't do it. And I don't kiss butt. I can't do it. It physically makes me ill. I can't do it. I've been talking about this for a long time. I've never been able to kiss butt. I'm not a people pleaser. I can't do it. I can't. I realized this in middle school. I realized this at 11. I can't do it. I hate it and I won't. If I need to change myself to make you feel better, or I need to run around behind you like a little puppy and be like, oh, do you need anything? Do you need this? Do you need that? Or doing things that you know that person is like, I'm thinking about it in like a dance perspective because that's always been my situation. But I'm not going to kiss up to you. I'm not going to do it in order to gain a reward. I refuse. If I can get it on my own, being myself, I'm not going to try to get that out of you. I'm not buying things for you. I'm not like we had lots of problems like that in my in high school, in middle school, high school and college. I'm not doing that. I'm not showing up. I'm not lending a helping hand consistently. So you really look like the class pet, buying them things, buying teachers things so you can be on their side, constantly in their face, standing in the front all of the time because you're going, see me, see me, see me. I'm not like that. I've never been like that and I refuse. If that's how I have to get ahead in life, I'm not doing it. It's not worth it. And I must be in the wrong place if I have to do that in order to get by or to get ahead. I'm not doing it. And you shouldn't either. I mean, that's everyone's like, that's a different personal preference, okay? I just physically, I cannot do it. It goes against everything that I stand for. And I refuse. I knew that at 11 and I'm still not doing it now. 16. I don't need anyone with me to go do anything. Okay, so I've already stated this earlier, but now it took me this past year and a half to realize this. I don't need people or certain people with me to go and do things. I'm so proud of myself. I've gone to concerts by myself. Like, that's a major thing. I've gone to concerts by myself. I've gone to, where else have I gone? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I love going to the movies by myself now. That's my favorite thing to do now is to go to the movies by myself. But going to a concert by myself, big step for me. Big step for me. Because it's just like crowds of people or whatever. And it's like, I just want to go. I don't feel like having to find a person. I don't feel like having to match someone's interests with like a certain artist or whatever. I love the person. I love the artist. I'm going myself. Buy my ticket myself. Put on a cute outfit. Treat yourself. Go out. I feel like that's also a good one. If you're too scared to go to a restaurant by yourself, start with going to the movies by yourself. It's a little more isolating, but you're still around people. Take yourself to the movies. It's so simple and it's super fun. See something that you want to see. You don't have to wait for other people. I used to do that in the past. I would have to like try to wait around and be like, "Oh, like can we go see this movie? Can we go do this?" And no one ever wants to go see what I want to see. No one wants to do what I want to do. You don't need anyone to do it. Go by yourself and you end up having a great time. Just stay vigilant and have a good time. Treat yourself, maybe get some popcorn. I always get treat myself to a snack and a little drink. Have some fun. I love doing that. I love that. And I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it. You have to go out by yourself. You just have to. It makes you grow so much as a person. Number 17. I will not limit myself. I'm too old to hold myself back. I am. I say this all the time. I can't limit myself. Everyone always tries to put me in a box, okay? Lots of people try to put me in a box. And I don't like that. One, because it makes me think that people know me. And sometimes there's only certain things that you know of me. I like to say that you know what I present to you. You don't genuinely deep down know me. My closest friends are the people that know me for real. There's a certain side of myself that I show to my family and to certain friends and to other people. You don't know all the avenues of me. You just see what is presented to you, and then you're making assumptions, and then you've put me in this box. Hate that. You don't know what's going on up in here. You don't know the goals that I've set for myself. So, this is a thing that I've been really like navigating and discovering about myself right now because I realized I'm doing something that no one else in my family has done. No one in my family has been a professional dancer. They don't know anything about dance. And the only person that truly knows is my sister because she's still in the dance field, but she's a teacher. No one's been a professional dancer in my family. So they don't know what I'm going through. They don't know the job market. They don't know anything about it. But they make their assumptions and they're like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Well, you don't need to do that. You don't know. You've never been there. This is not your career path. It's mine. And I've cultivated it myself. And it's ever changing. And it will keep evolving. So you never know. You never know where you're going to be tomorrow or next week. Dance is always changing. And that's what I always have to reiterate to my family and to other friends that don't know anything about dance, but somehow they always want to comment on it. Don't put me in a box because you don't know me. Also, I have a lot of goals for myself, really high goals for myself that they see as kind of unobtainable, or some might say unobtainable, which that's what dreams are supposed to be. That's what goals are supposed to be. You're supposed to reach for the sky and see where you land. So, yes, I might be doing many different things. I may be living my life very different than anyone in the family. I love to go and see the world and travel. I have a passport. I'm the only one in the family that has a passport. And I still want to see a lot of the world. I want to travel. I want to go places. That scares them. I like to go out. I like to do things that are fun in the city. I like to go out, dress up, do certain things, wear certain clothes. Different. I don't want to be at home all the time. I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to stay here. Yes, I like to move around. I want to explore the world because that's interesting and it builds character. Like, I don't want to get to a certain age, or I don't even want to get to 40. I don't want to get to 40 and say, gosh, I wish I did that, or I regret not doing that. I never want that to be in my vocabulary. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see the world. I'm going to have experiences. I'm going to meet people. I'm going to have fun because you only have one life. And there's nothing wrong with that. 18. Number 18 is funny. People are idiots. Yes, they are. People are. People are idiots. And I've realized that more and more as I've gotten older. Some people lack, oh, brain cells. Okay? As you see, we have a current literacy crisis that is sweeping the nation and the world. People are not smart. People aren't reading. People aren't watching the news. People aren't informed. People aren't like it just doesn't make sense to me. And it's crazy. And then they're going and spreading information that is incorrect because they're ill informed. And then they're happy about being ill informed. People are dumb and people do not have comprehension skills and they don't, oh, I was about to say they don't listen to comprehend because they don't. And reading is fundamental, but yet no one's ever reading. They don't know how to follow directions. I've learned that I've learned that especially with teaching and working with parents that don't read, that don't listen, and then they are 10 toes down about their opinion. And then you have to reiterate everything that they just said and say, that's nothing of what I said. Here's the information. I told you to do this, yet you did this because you didn't read, you didn't listen, and now you're angry with me. And then they pass that down to their children, and then I teach their children, and then they're the same exact way. So this is to say, read a book, educate yourself, watch the news, read some articles, educate yourself. Because there's some people that are out here going crazy in the mind, and then they're spreading that stupidity around. Makes no sense. And it's in daily life everywhere. From driving, oh, from driving to Daily work life. People in the workplace, there's a lot of people in this workplace, no matter what job you have, because I've seen it, even in a customer service standpoint. People are not very bright, and somehow they wiggled their way into these positions working with people and for the people, and they are completely lost. It blows my mind to this day. It blows my mind, but ugh, that would be too long of a conversation. Number 19. People can only do what you allow them to do to you. Yes. Yes. Once you get fed up with someone treating you a certain way and you're able to remove them fully from your life and from your brain and from everything, clean slate, you will be you will become a much better person, a stronger person too. You can't just keep latching on to this person thinking, oh, they're gonna change, they're gonna change, they're gonna change, they're gonna do better, they said that they're gonna do this, I'm gonna help them, they're gonna get here. No. And some people they do. With some people they do. But 9 times out of 10, they're stuck in their ways. Stuck in their ways. And you just have to accept, hey, they're not gonna change, and that's fine. And I'm not sticking around for it. Have to deal with that as well. You go, oh, well, maybe I don't want to cut this off because, oh, there's so much time invested, or, oh, like I've known them my whole life, and blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Some people just have to let go. Number 20, if you don't like your current situation, change it. Oh, I learned this in college. I was struggling my freshman year of college. I was like, whoa, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And I was like, I'm not enjoying myself. I'm kind of bored. I'm not learning as much as I wanted to be learning. And I don't feel like I'm being challenged. So, yeah, I didn't feel like I was being challenged. And I was so bored. And it was like I was doing the same thing over and over every single day. Same plan, same class schedule. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I had a conversation with my mom. And she was like, you have to make the best out of the situation that you're in right now. When she told me that, blew my mind. And you would think it's something so simple, but I mean, I was 18. I was like, she was like, you have to make the best out of the situation that you're in right now. And I was like, wow, you're right. I immediately started seeing things differently. I immediately started pivoting and started making things better. Like, for example, like in my classes, I was like, I'm not being challenged. I'm feeling bored. I started not seeking validation from my teachers and started seeking validation from myself. I, I started looking more inward. I started focusing on myself and saying, what can I work on to make myself better? I know what I can do and I know where I want to be. And I just changed my mindset. And I was like, and I'm going to work on it because no one else can change it but you. It's your life. No one sees how you see things, no one thinks how you think. And I was like, okay, if I want to get better and I have goals that I want to meet and they're not being met and I'm not being taught anything, then I'm going to do it for myself. And I started enjoying myself in my classes. And I was like, oh, I'm getting better. I'm honing in on the skills I already have and I'm advancing them. Sometimes you just have to do it for yourself because no one else is going to do it. No one's going to hold your hand through life. No one's going to hold your hand through college. You have to do it yourself. And it worked out for me, thankfully. Number 21. Okay, let's skip that one. Number 21. Stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. I've already said this before. Stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. I've already discussed this, so I'm just going to keep going. Number 22. Trust yourself first over anyone. Yes, this has taken me a long time to realize that if I don't trust myself, then I have nothing. And that's with anything. That's with my daily life, that's with my hobbies, that's with my career, that's with everything. My like relationships. If I don't trust myself, no one's going to trust you. No one's going to I don't know. I've had to learn this and I'm still learning about this now. But if you put yourself, I just talked about people putting yourself in a box, but you can also put yourself in a box too, and that will stunt you as well. And at one point, I did put myself in a box in college because I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm not good at this, so I'm not doing that. This is my only way. This is my only thing that I can do. This is my only way. I'm going to get this degree and I'm going to do this and this is going to work out and everything's going to be fine. That's not how life works. That is not how life works. And you always have to have a backup plan. And I was like, oh, I have a backup plan. I can do this and I can do that. But I was putting myself in a box saying that this was the only way I can live my life. This is the only career that I can have. This is the only career path that I can do. And it's so not true. And it took me to my senior year of college to figure that out. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. And I was like, wow, there's more to life than just thinking I can do one thing. I'm like, you're better. You're good at so many things. You're good at so many things. Don't put yourself in a box. Cause it was like I was fighting other people. Now, currently, it's like I'm fighting people from putting me in a box currently. And then it took me all the years of college to get myself out of the box that I put myself into. Crazy. And I think I just realized that right now. That is wild. Things are secular. That's crazy to me. Ugh. Sometimes I think I also I like talking to myself. This is a side note. I like talking to myself because when you talk to yourself about certain things, you learn a lot about yourself. Sometimes you just need to talk things through with yourself and be like, wow, look how far I've come. And how did I get here? That's wild to me. What is this? 22? Not really sure. 23? I think it's 22. Once you find your passion, go for it, no matter what. I've already said this. But there's so many things on the list I don't know. But once you find your passion, go for it. It's very hard to find your passion. And I've been watching YouTube videos of people in their 20s trying to navigate through their life. And some people are like, I literally have nothing that I'm good at. And they're struggling with that realization. And they're like, I'm not passionate about anything. I don't like anything. I don't stick with anything. Everything that I've done, like they've either quit or something. That's a different, that's pretty tough. It is tough. And I came to that realization, I think, the year after I graduated because I knew that I enjoyed doing certain things outside of just dancing, but I didn't think that I was that passionate in it to turn it into another career path. Like teaching, for example. I was like, I've always loved it, but I was too afraid to get back into it and start it when I was in college. And I thought that I knew that I was capable of it, but I didn't think that I was qualified to. And I think after graduating and having so much free time because I was like, I have to find something to do. Like, I have my degree in dance and I have nothing else to do. I have to go into teaching, but teaching in a different sense. I like teaching in studios, not in the schools. I would never do that. That's another topic for another day. But teaching in studios. And it gave me so much anxiety because I was like, oh my gosh, like almost like an imposter syndrome because I was like, I've been away in school all this time. I haven't taught in a really long time. And I didn't know if I was still good at it. And it took me like literally throwing myself into the deep end and submitting my resume and everything everywhere till I eventually got some job offers and then throwing myself into it and having to learn how to lesson plan and things. And then after a couple years of doing it, realizing, wow, I'm actually really good at this and I actually love it. I even love it like how I do performing. So, and it goes hand in hand, obviously, but not everyone that dances can teach. And I've realized that I can do both. And that's very rare. And that I really enjoy it. And it really resonates with the students that I teach. So it's really become a passion of mine because dancing has always been my life since I was 4. I started at 4. It's the only thing I've done so long in my life. I've been doing it for 20 years. That's insane to me. 21 years? I've been doing it for 21 years. Yeah, that's correct. And it's the only thing I've ever stuck with and turned it into a career. But teaching, I found is like it makes me happy, and it's really like it really feeds my soul. It feeds me when I'm not dancing or when I am dancing. It feeds me, and I love it. So it's good. Find a passion. Find something that you like doing. It can even start off as a hobby. Just find something you're interested in. Doesn't have to be crazy, doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be super expensive. It can be something, it can be you can learn a new hobby off of a YouTube video for free. Find something you're good at. You never know where it's going to take you. I'm telling you, you never know where it's going to take you. I never knew that teaching would be a whole side job for me and that I would make a really good amount of money from it. You never know. Find your passion and stick to it. Don't let people deter you. Don't let people deter you from it because they're not in your shoes. It's your life. Number 24, manifesting. I've learned a lot about manifesting this year, and it's really changed my whole perspective on where my life was going or where I thought it was going, and about things that I could achieve that I never thought that I would. So, manifesting. I've always seen all the videos about it, and I was really intrigued by it, but I was like, "Oh, it's kind of fake. Like that's no way that could be real." Like I was like downplaying it, but honestly, I think it's very real cuz I've manifested this entire past year. All of 2025 I've manifested. So, how I've manifested, I made a plan. I was like, "Okay, I took so my whole backstory, quick little backstory. I graduated college and I moved back home. I took a whole year, took me a whole year to figure out what I wanted to do with my life because once I got to my senior year, my mind opened up to different possibilities of career paths that I could go and I didn't know what to do. The plan that I had in place for my entire life up until that point of graduating, I threw it all away. I was like I have to start over. I have to start over. So I moved home and had to really just rebuild from the ground up. So that's when I started the teaching and everything. I decided, this goes back to the rebrand thing. I decided if I want to make my dreams happen, I'm going to start rebranding myself and manifesting. And I can't remember where I got this idea from, but I think it was during the craze of everyone was like the you get the certain urge to rebrand at 3 in the morning. That was me. And I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? And I had done a few auditions that year of transition and the year before, my senior year and the that year. And I was like, okay, I've submitted myself everywhere, haven't heard anything back. And then I took a second to look over my materials and things, and I was like, oh, I can make this cleaner. I can fix this up a little bit. I can change my image. Once I figured out how to change my image, it was like things kept popping up and things kept happening for me. So I decided to rebrand. And I was like, okay, changing my image. I changed my hairstyle. I got some photos of myself. I started like making certain content and things. I made a reel, a dance reel. So I collected all of my, if you're not a dancer or a performer, I collected all of my performance footage, made a new reel, got new photos that really showed me currently in my new like image. And I started submitting myself everywhere. And at this time, I started getting many teaching opportunities. Got so many teaching opportunities. So this is my first year after graduating into the second year post grad. So we're in second year post grad, and I've taught at 9 or 10 studios by then, and still growing, doing summer intensives, traveling around Texas, assisting as well, traveling, and making money with what I love. But I was teaching mainly, and I was like, well, my whole goal was to be a performer. I want to be a professional dancer. How do I do that? The rebrand. So I take those photos, I take those videos of myself, I start putting myself out there, start going to dance class, I start filming myself, I start posting it, I start sending it everywhere. And after a while I was like, okay, this opportunity is coming up that's local. Okay, I'm gonna audition for it. I go in there with my rebrand, different image, different mindset of this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna go for. Went into the audition, boom, booked it. It was my first professional gig with Houston Grand Opera. Booked it. Very proud, very happy. And it was local. So it was like, oh, I can literally drive to work, come back home because thank God that my mom's letting me stay at home. Did that. And then after that, booked another performance gig while also still teaching. Teaching almost basically full time. I don't know how I did this, but at one point I was teaching at 4 different studios every week. I don't know how I was doing it. I don't know how I was doing it. I don't know how I was doing it while I was still assisting. I don't know how I did it, okay? But somehow I made it work, okay? And I booked another performance gig. Did that. Great footage. Took that footage, added it to my dance reel. Submitted myself some more, updated my profiles on every platform. After I did that, got the call. First major contract, cruise line. Got it, and I was like, whoa, the rebrand worked. Because it's not that I didn't have all those profiles and things set up beforehand. I did, but it didn't show me in my best light. It wasn't my true image. And I feel like they could sense that through the things that I had on there that were submitted. They weren't clean, they weren't professional. Like it wasn't my best, like, you know, everyone knows like their best like professional look. It wasn't that. Because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put this here because this is what I have. But once I actually invested in myself, boom, popped up. And I was like, wow, that was fast. When I tell you, my second year post grad, I had already performed, I already had my first professional gig. I've also been teaching, doing things, making my money. I've had 2 gigs then, by then. I did the rebrand in March. A few months later, I got the major booking. I was like, whoa. That the timeline is actually crazy. So second year post grad, I rebrand. And then boom, first gig, boom, second gig, boom, third gig, major gig. And I feel like we're just going to keep going from there. But all of that to say is I manifested that. I did. I I cultivated this image for myself and it just took off. And of course you're going to get a lot of no's, of course. But I've gotten a few yeses. And those few yeses, wouldn't change it for the world. Would not change it. So all of that to say, if you believe in it, if you want to start manifesting, get into it. It can be as little as writing down your ideas in a journal and being like, these are my goals. How am I going to execute them? And you just figure it out. That's what I love. That's the one thing I love about my generation. We figure things out. We don't know how to do something, we figure it out. Okay? I'm in the age of when YouTube was just becoming a thing, when the internet was very popular, Wi-Fi was a thing. We didn't have to do the dial up anymore. You just learn things. There were so many things that we did not know how to do because it was all new. All I had to do, I got on the internet and figured it out. Research, word of mouth too. Ask people, ask questions. If you don't ask questions and you don't do your research, you're not going to go anywhere. If you're going to sit there and sulk and be like, oh, well, I don't know where to go from here, so you just sit in that dark place, you're not going to go anywhere. And I had to do it for myself. And it worked out. I don't know how, but it worked out. And it's It's been going really good. I don't know. So, all of that to say is take care of yourself from this whole video. Take care of yourself, treat yourself, be patient with yourself, and live your life how you want to live it. And you just might stay afloat because it's hard out here. It's hard. And being in our generation right now, everything's expensive. Everything's expensive. It's hard out here. Ugh, the climate, ugh, all the natural disasters. There's so much happening out here in the world today. But all of that to say is be safe, be vigilant, and keep growing. Keep growing, keep learning. Because once you start learning, you're not gonna grow. So, thank you all so much for watching this video. I'm so happy that I finally did this. It's taken me so long, but I'm going to be doing a lot more chit chat videos because I thought about starting a podcast, but I don't really want to start that right now because I feel like I don't really have that much to talk about, but I do. And people keep telling me to start a podcast, but I'm not sure. So for right now, we're going to start with the YouTube videos and eventually maybe we will have podcasts. But thank you all so much for watching. Please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts or where you are in your life right now, or if you just want to say hey, and more videos to come. Thank you all so much. Bye.